Connection with Shade Network activated. Audio file download commencing. Files marked extremely sensitive. Strategic Homeland Division only. Agent commencing transmission.
What's up, agents? You listen to episode 169 of SITREP Radio, giving you the news and other happenings in the world of the Division 2. TU5 is here and brings the first DLC, DC Expeditions, to the game. But first, my name is Mike, and joining me as always is my co-host, Robert.
Hello.
I'm afraid you're just Robert today, not the Rob. And Luke. Hello, dude.
Hi.
I hope you guys and our listeners have had a great week, and welcome to any new listeners of the show. I don't know how long today's episode is going to be because, oh my god, it's fucking hot here.
It was hotter yesterday.
Yeah, it was 33 degrees in my car.
Yeah. It's still uncomfortable today, though, isn't it? And for all those foreigners listening, moaning that, oh, bloody Brits moaning again, it's like 24 degrees. It's 31 degrees today. And in this country, air conditioning in most people's houses and buildings is rarer than rocking horse shit.
Yeah. I don't have air conditioning in my house, I'll be honest. I've got fans which don't do anything but blow hot air around.
Yeah, right. And bits of dust.
And help you find shit that you haven't seen in years, so it's great. Wow, I was looking for that. Where was it? I was behind a curtain or something. Anyway, enough about British weather and hot topics.
Hang on.
Hot topics of debate this week.
Did you see the disco?
The
disco in the sky last night. Sorry, go back to the weather.
Yes, yes, I did.
It was fucking nuts.
It was a good one. It takes a lot to wake me up when I'm asleep at 2:30 in the morning, but that thunderstorm last night definitely fucking woke me up.
Yeah, I was playing AC/DC to it.
Most of my kids slept through it. I don't know how they did that.
We got the joke, Mike. It just wasn't funny.
Oh. I thought it was funny.
You would. You said it.
Hold on a minute. I'll just say this thing that I don't think is funny. Trying to think what else. No, I don't think there's anything of any importance going on this week at all to do with Britishness. Anyway, let's move on, I guess. Because I don't think after yesterday, it was funny to still see all those people at the beach today. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But enough about politics. Let's move on. How's your week been in the Division, guys? I'm going to go to you, Luke.
Yeah, good. Thanks.
How many times have you logged in, Luke?
Since we recorded last week, twice.
Nice.
I didn't have time to play tonight before we recorded. I didn't play yesterday.
Yesterday.
Saturday and Sunday, I played a lot of Siege and Tarkov. Friday, I can't remember what we did on Friday. And then Thursday, we did the raid. Again.
Which was quite difficult, if I remember right.
The dogs was difficult, wasn't it? That seems to be the bit that fucks us up all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. We haven't played it for a while either. Not as like all of us together. So I kind of felt like all of us kind of went in and were like, yeah, we got this. And I was like, no, we've well out of fucking practice and all the rest of it. Robert, how's your week been in the Division?
Yeah, it's been good. We raided.
Oh, I get more. Ah, nice.
I did all the new content
yesterday
when it dropped. Yeah, that was fun.
You raided with I want to say Tinks. Wit.
Yes, I did that earlier. I just randomly was in his chat and he was asking people to join, so I joined and we did the normal raid. That was fun.
You're now famous?
No.
No?
No.
I heard Rob's leaving our raid team now.
Yeah, is he a member of POG now?
No. I'm not good enough for that clan, I don't think.
Because you're a POS.
Yeah.
Anything else, Rob?
No. Not on
How many
Division
times have-
anyway.
How many times have you logged into the Division, Mike?
We played the raid on Thursday, which went spectacular, if I remember right. My memory serves me right. I don't think anybody got the Eagle Bearer.
Yeah, that surprised me. That did.
The elusive Eagle Bearer for most people.
Oh, yeah. I finally got Kabuki a fucking Merciless, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kabuki.
I almost stole it though.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure at one point he didn't almost end up with that.
I was always going to give it to him. It was just a joke.
Yeah, I just... Kabuki, watch me delete this. Dude, if you'd have done that, man, he'd have been so pissed at you. I want to know what Luke
did now.
I want to know what Luke would have done. Would you have been like fucked off with him, or have been like,
No, I've got my Merciless. Fuck you guys.
this is a bit where Luke's like, I've got 4 of them. I don't need it.
No, I've got one. I don't want another one. It's shit now anyway.
Yeah. So we played the raid Thursday. Title update 5 dropped yesterday. Today being Wednesday. I played both the missions. Manning. I can't remember what it's called now. Fuck. Rob, what's the name of the missions? I can't remember.
One in the zoo
The one in the zoo
and the one
in the woods.
the one in the woods where you go to the president's house.
Spoilers.
Yeah, that is a big spoiler.
Spoiler. Okay, it's
No,
been
it's
out 2 days. If you haven't done it, then it's your own fault.
But all the people that don't have the season pass because they don't have access to it till next Tuesday on the 30th of July.
It's not my problem.
Wow.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to side with you. I understand your pain. But bad luck is basically what Rob is saying.
I've done the expedition twice
Congratulations.
because
Pat on the back.
I thought it bugged out because I thought the next one would open after I finished it, and it didn't.
I thought you were going to say because you got bored.
No, I was just testing if my game had just bugged and I hadn't unlocked it, but it seems like they're time gated, I guess. I don't know.
I had time to play one of the expeditions at 6:30 this morning.
Well, there is only one.
Yeah, but there's 3 branches.
Oh,
isn't
you
there?
mean? Oh, you didn't complete it then?
No, because they're about half an hour a piece, aren't they?
No.
Yeah, it took me about half an hour to do one of them. I don't know how long it took. I mean, obviously you're God, Rob. So
Well, no, I had done it before, so on the PTS. So I knew
I didn't
where
think
to go.
about that actually. Yeah, I kind of liked it. It's it definitely does what it says on the tin. Exploratory.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it for what it was. I enjoyed it. I played it on my own. I didn't get anyone else in. Just kind of searching around. But I don't know if you ended up doing it. But I was looking around the library, like basically brushing against all the books as much as possible to see if I could like see any hidden shit.
Yeah.
And now I'm kind of paranoid about doors that might actually have rooms behind them.
Doors with rooms behind them. Well, doors usually do have rooms behind them.
Secret rooms, I meant to say. Not just rooms, not just a standard room, a secret room.
I'm pretty sure isn't there like a switch that you flip and then it unlocks a door?
Yes, you get access to the secret room.
But you have to find that switch. It's not always in the same place.
I found the switch, but I didn't know where the door was.
Okay.
But I played at 6:30 this morning because I just wanted to kind of get a feeling for it. But yeah, not what I was expecting. Intrigued though, and it's quite interesting to see that you've got, because what part of Kenley College was that? Because you've got the metro, haven't you? underground. So there's like an underground area that we're going to get to explore at some point.
Yeah.
Is it just the library? Is it the library?
I don't know. I think that's the college bit, and then you've got...
Oh, it's like a main build. I can't remember what the name of the main building is.
Yeah, neither can I. We'll find out when they unlock them.
We'll find out when we play it again. But I did enjoy it. But it kind of, I gotta be honest, towards the end of, so I did the one where you find the servers. I was like, wow, this is really some Div 1 shit. If you know what I mean.
Oh, you have to protect the servers from them shooting it.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this is like open world Division 1.
Did you think you accidentally loaded the wrong game when you were playing Anthem?
Why? Because that's the objective in every mission of that game.
Pretty much.
For people that haven't played that game. Yes, I definitely did. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the zoo.
Did you shoot any of the animals?
I shot a monkey.
Oh, you bastard.
Julian Garrity specifically told you not to do that, dude. You
Pass.
evil bastard.
I don't know what I was supposed to say to that, but I gotta be honest, the level design is absolutely insane. I didn't play it in the beta. I stayed away from that. We were more. I was more fussed with like how skills were going, and I really enjoyed the level design. I feel like the missions are quite, especially the zoo mission is quite barren. Would you agree, Rob?
Yeah, but it is a long mission, though, isn't it?
It is a very long mission. It's like, I swear at one point, I mean, I was playing it with Luke and Foxy in chat whilst they were playing Tarkov last night, and yeah, I think that zoo mission took me about 45 minutes on my own.
Yeah. Did you? Yeah. It did the first time I did it, but I was exploring literally everything.
Yeah, I was definitely exploring everything. It's not. I feel like those two missions are really good ways of getting components and materials.
Yeah, there's loot boxes everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah. And they're kind of the same with expeditions. It was just shitloads of materials and loot kind of everywhere, which was pretty good. But I kind of feel like the story was really thin, if you know what I mean. Still kind of feels like they're being vague with the story, and I don't want to spoil the story for people. Obviously, people are going to get it next week who don't have the season pass, but I don't know. It just feels really vague. I think the zoo mission is a lot better, but it's really fucking barren. So you don't see anything for huge portions of that mission, which kind of like makes you feel like you have to just kind of explore the areas, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I kind of thought there would be like a lead-in side mission, like what they did for World Tier 5. You know, that little mission where you go into a bunker and you see an echo. I thought there'd be something like that that would then lead you to one of the missions, and then you do another one and that would lead you to the other mission. I generally, because I thought there would be more to the story.
I thought there was going to be a cutscene or something.
Yeah. Where you go speak to Manny or something.
Yeah, well, we discussed it a couple of weeks ago. You said you tried it, and it felt like there was, like, I remember you and Boris saying, do you think they held stuff back? Now replaying those missions.
They didn't hold anything back.
No, it's all there on the table. So from that kind of aspect, as nice as the missions are, they're great, but I just story-wise, I don't know. I mean, I like the ending of the zoo mission. I won't spoil it, but it kind of makes sense as to why that character became the person she was. It was kind of more like a backstory for that character, for Amelia. Is it Emmeline? I can't remember what her first name is. It's like Shaw, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, Emmeline Shaw.
Emmeline Shaw. I thought it was Amelia. And then the first one's obviously, as Rob so rightly spoiled, arresting the president.
Why? Shh. Did you play that mission as well?
Yeah, I played both of them. That one was good. I really like once again, the level design, it felt a lot shorter by, well, about 15 minutes, but that had a lot more NPCs in it. Or was it me?
Yeah.
It felt like you were constantly fighting NPCs, and with it just being on story mode, it was quite nice just to kind of play through it.
Yeah, I want to do them on challenging. I didn't do that.
Yeah. The last part of the zoo mission would be interesting on challenging with the whole team, because obviously the difficulty scales and all the rest of it. But yeah, all in all, I enjoyed it. Luke, are you looking forward to jumping into both of those, all of that, should I say, expeditions as well in sometime in the future?
Yeah, you've made the mission sound really good. Like last night when you were talking about it, going, oh, dude, I'm still doing the same fucking mission. And me and Foxy had done 2 Tarkov raids. It's like, cool, okay, that's a bit more than I was expecting. It's like I didn't play them on the PTS, so yeah, I'm on board. I'm still a bit non-fussed about the expedition bits, but that might change when I've actually played them. It's just going off what other people have said. They don't sound all that awe-inspiring, but free stuff. So
I don't know if you'd agree, Rob. I think the amount of time and effort that has gone into like both the missions and obviously the expedition kind of area, I hope they add some replayability at some point, because these are some really good areas that I'd like to go back to, but it kind of feels like once you're done, you're done. There's not really much any point.
Yeah.
I think you kind of said yourself, Rob, like, I would probably do it once and then I'd probably not do it again. There's no need. Which obviously once you get...
even though I did it twice this week.
Yeah. Once you get the Razorback bolt action. Is it bolt action? I forgot now. M1A.
So yeah, it's a rifle. It's not an M1A. It's like a 1886.
Oh yeah, 1886, yeah. I should have remembered from your John Wayne build.
What did you test out the new weapons that you got from both the missions?
I picked up the Carbine 7 and the LMG that the name has disappeared on me.
Stoner
LMG. I didn't try either of them, but I've definitely picked them up. I picked up 2 Carbine 7s with slightly different talents as well. So
yeah, you get them from finishing the missions the first time.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Nice. Yeah. One of them didn't have a good roll, so I definitely kept the second one, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
Carbine
there was so much loot.
Came with both of them actually came with the standard one that's supposed to come with all of them, but then I don't know whether that's the case, because in the PTS I picked up quite a few of them and they didn't always have that top talent that's dedicated to those weapons. I don't know whether they've changed that or not. A bit like the G36 was in Div 1.
Yeah. Yeah, jeez, ages ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it really for this week. Our thoughts on the new content added to the game. Rob, have you played the classified assignments?
I have.
Are they any good? I haven't had a chance to jump in
they
and play
are.
them.
I really enjoyed doing them.
Without spoiling it, are those the ones that you get the backpack trophies for?
Yes. Am I allowed to tell you what the backpack trophies are?
If you really want.
No, I won't.
Okay. I know what one of them is, and I will be definitely getting it. I'm sure you can guess which one it is.
Are they better than the first classified assignments?
Yes. One of them is really good.
Do they tie into the story really well?
One of them does.
Okay. I thought you were going to say what the second one was.
I'm trying not to give anything away.
No, it's cool. I want to check them out for myself. Obviously, we can talk about it a bit more.
They definitely take longer than
the first two.
Yeah,
really.
They're more like missions than they are the first two.
Yeah, because those first two were like, it's kind of weird because they were like, oh, you get extra content, which is these classified assignments, and you go do the first two missions. Kind of like, oh, we're done. So that's cool. If there's a bit more thought put into them. Not even a bit more thought. That sounds harsh. Obviously, a lot of thought goes into all of this, but if it's going to be a bit more, I can't think of the word, and
Meaty.
Yeah. I was just say enjoyable, but even that wouldn't make much sense. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling on. Let's get down to some news, boys.
State of the game.
Okay, so this week, Hamish was joined by Chris to discuss the launch of DLC 1 and TU5. Obviously, DC Outskirts Expeditions dropped yesterday. They basically kind of went over the roadmap that it launched yesterday. It's all the balance changes, all the bugs and skills, all the rest of it is now available for anyone with or without the Year 1 Season Pass. There's a discovery mode for Operation Dark Hours that will be available for everyone with or without the Year 1 Pass. If you're looking forward to that and you have the pass, it dropped yesterday for you. If not, you have to wait until Tuesday next week. And that includes also the 2 new main missions that we just talked about, and the first area of investigation at Kenley College. And then next week, we get the second area, I believe, of investigation at Kenley College. Is that correct, Rob?
I don't know.
I believe that is the case because it's on rotation. I don't think they're going to hold it back. So for those of you that don't have the season pass, you'll have to technically wait till the 4th week to play. No, 3rd week, sorry, to play the first one. Is that right, Rob?
Oh, so okay, so it's like,
or 4th week. No,
it's
I
like
think it was right the first time.
No, there's 4 areas, isn't there? Or is it 3
I think
areas?
it's 3. I think there's 3 areas, so you have to wait for the 4th week for it to rotate round again.
Okay, so
I believe
it's like what they do with the invaded stuff. It's random rotation. It might, if it's random, like the invaded stuff, it could be the same one every twice a week. So that's not what I meant to say. Like it could be. Where's he gone? So it could be the same one twice.
Okay.
That's assuming they're on random rotation, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I know the invaded stuff is, so you can get that twice
Yeah.
in a row.
I don't think this would make sense to be on random rotation, but I don't know either way, to be honest with you. I don't know what the right answer is.
Okay, so there is an apparel event going on, and it is called Heatwave. Luke, can you tell our listeners what is going on?
It's quite apt, isn't it? It's called Heatwave.
Yeah.
Are
you going to be wearing some of this stuff, dude?
Fuck yeah. It went live yesterday, July 23rd, and it runs through to August the 15th. As with previous apparel events during this period, event keys can be earned from missions, just basically playing stuff in game, and you can buy them if you want to. If you have leftover keys available from previous apparel events, be sure to use them now, as the event uniform that you get for unlocking all of the different items in the apparel caches can only be obtained up until the 15th of August. And I believe, I might be wrong, but when I saw an image on Twitter yesterday, I think it's a diving outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you look
I
like a
already have
scuba
the
diver.
mask.
Do you?
Yeah. I've literally just got the mask and I'm wearing like the Twitch, because there's a new Twitch Prime loot,
Yes.
the Division this week as well. I'm wearing like a red DC Pandas like shirt and then a scuba hat, scuba
Nice.
mask. I look ridiculous.
Yeah, that's it. So some of the items look really cool as well. So
Yeah, there's a sweet Hawaiian shirt that I might have to chase after, I'm afraid. That looks badass. And there's also going to be signature weapon skins. They finally unlocked them, boys.
Nice.
I know they showed them on the State of the Game. I haven't got any images here to show you guys.
I might buy the sharpshooter one. It looks awesome.
Does it?
Yes. But you have to buy all of them if you want them. You can't earn them in caches.
Oh, interesting. And they're about, I believe they're like 500.
700.
bucks. Oh, 700. Damn. Okay. They're not transferable between the weapons either, are they? I believe.
No, there's one per specialization.
Nice. Okay, so that's it for the apparel event. That'll be ongoing. So just make sure you log on, play the game, and you should be good. Okay, so we got some known issues today. There's a raid completed section of the leaderboard that's been removed. They basically said they're going to try and figure out why it was removed and figure out if it was game breaking, and if not, add it back in. Any more on that, Rob?
I don't know. Yeah, I hope they bring it back, because otherwise, that was the reason why a lot of people were still playing the game, grinding out the leaderboards. But then they've done a lot to stop people doing that recently. Like they've nerfed TAC 50, which is going to hurt the people doing speed runs as well.
I was going to ask you later on, are you happy about the fact that TAC 50 got nerfed?
I don't understand why they did it, but
look, it'd still be good in Discovery mode.
Yeah.
So. And the Defender drone in PvP is apparently not working as intended, and is causing some people to be invincible.
No, there's a video going around Twitter. There's someone puts 2 full magazines of an Eagle Bearer into some dude, and he doesn't take any damage. That's 120 rounds before he takes damage.
For all the people, I was gonna say, for all people know, they could have just pulled the plug on his control on console controller. Fucking hell, and plugged it back in.
What do you mean?
Like Crota. I'm invincible. Huh?
No, because he would have just disappeared. Because he takes damage afterwards. Like once the drone's gone, he takes that. Once the 120 bullets are gone, he then reloads and shoots him again in the head, and he does damage.
Nice. Working as intended.
Yeah.
Crafting bench upgrade has got issues. Apparently the upgrade to Gear Score 500 has not happened for all World Tier 5 players, and they're looking into it. Basically, if you have Tidal Basin active, complete the mission again, and it might unlock the upgrade. But we'll see. And apparently there's been a few people misinterpreting the...
that word?
What?
Interpreting?
Misinterpreting how to actually put... fuck off.
Yeah, you have to dismantle 2 weapons, and it's not very... Sometimes if people are just rushing through the menu, you can just click, yeah. And dismantle things you want to keep, maybe.
But basically, they're going to make it a little bit more easier to understand how to do that for the future.
It's like when you make a Liberty, you have to dismantle a D50, and it gives you that option to dismantle. You have to pick which one you want to dismantle.
But you have to do 2.
Yeah, but it's the same like sub menu. Why
but you give people a choice, and they're like, "Oh fuck, what do I do? I'll pick the one on the left. Why is it not working?" That's probably what happened.
Yeah,
I'll pick the one on the right. It doesn't work. Oh wait, I gotta use both of them. Fuck. Settlement downgrade. It's fine. Firefly max target mod.
No one cares.
No one uses it. Some projects have no blueprints listed, but don't worry about it because it's a visual bug. And if you complete the project, control point, whatever you're doing, you'll still get the blueprint. Unless you finished them, or then you ain't going to get anything.
Well, yeah.
Like
something I need to test, because like I said before show, I'm pretty sure before this update I had all the mods and all the blueprints possible. But maybe because there's but you can't get some of them. Well, you couldn't. Maybe you can now, so I need to test that.
Okay, so the next one is a spoiler, so if you don't want to know about it, step away. Forward it 15 seconds. But the Zoo monorail, right now, basically will leave you if you're in if you're in the zoo mission with other players. You can basically be left behind, and I kind of want to try this because this is asshole mechanics here. This is like the elevator from Division 1.
Yeah.
Apparently, it
doesn't come
optimal.
back.
No, it doesn't come back. It's not optimal and will be optimized because apparently it's causing people to lose out on rewards, I believe.
Yeah.
Thoughts, Luke?
That's really funny. Just leaves you there and doesn't come back.
Yeah, sounds like our plane last year, if I remember right. Definitely left and definitely didn't come back. Anyway, something a lot of PC players and apparently console players have been noticing is long loading times. Yay, they are back.
Yeah. I noticed that.
I noticed that last night.
It took me about 20 minutes to get into the game yesterday because you have to upload the patch and then it reboots. And then I had to wait another 10 minutes to get into the game.
Do you know what? I didn't even think about that. If you're having this issue, I suggest you go downstairs, make a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, and obviously play the game.
My dad's been messaging me today as well. He's got issues with his Uplay game. Every game he tries to load through Uplay just sits at a loading screen.
Well, you know what to tell your dad, don't you?
I don't know. Go play Anthem. That's what I did, and he gave me the middle finger.
They were on the phone at the time as well.
No, text, middle finger.
Oh, right, okay. Nice to know you and your dad are on
I was taking the piss.
Those sort of terms. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. You don't want to know.
Okay, that's good.
But yeah, it's shit. I'm sure it'll be fixed pretty fucking soon.
Friday, right? They fixed a load of this shit Friday. That's what they said.
We'll see. No,
Such
honestly.
Optimism, Mike. Holy shit.
Look.
Bit of PMA.
I'm optimistic when it's fixed.
Okay.
There will be no maintenance Thursday, but as Rob rightly said, there will be one on Friday, depending if fixes are ready. Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay. You okay?
I'm doing good. Also, a little bit of news we did actually miss out on last week. Julian Garrity put out a post saying the Division 2 is or has been the best-selling game since the beginning of the year. Thank you very much for all of your support. Any thoughts on that from either of you? So I'll put Luke first, seeing as he's up forward, close to his microphone.
Is that the best-selling Ubisoft game or the best-selling game of all of the games?
I'm going to say all of the games. I mean, did it beat Anthem, Rob? Can you confirm that or deny that?
Probably.
But
how do they know that? Because it's on a different launcher.
Does it still have a player base?
Is it the best-selling game on the Epic Store?
Pretty sure somebody as connected as Julian Garrity will be able to find out how many units fucking Anthem sold.
Not if the only way he's connected is through 2 fucking plastic cups and a piece of string.
Julian Garrity is not using 2 cups and a piece of string.
I don't know.
He's got all the money.
He might be using Morse code through 2 plastic cups and a piece of string.
Why are you being weird? Have you had too much sun today?
Yes, obviously. I mean, I stepped out my front door for longer than 5 seconds, so obviously.
Dude,
like Howie from Benchwarmers.
We've told you about this, dude. You're too pale for the sun. Stay indoors.
That's no way to talk to Rob, is it? I mean, come on.
Talking to Rob.
He's got the complexion of a ginger person. What are you on about? He does have a complexion. Even Robert said that several times before.
Yeah. My nose is red and peely all year round.
Yeah. You can literally draw a dot to dot of his dick on his back.
It spells cunt. I tried it the other
day. And he coloured it in. He looked gangster as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The one on his arm. does like a little Jesus picture as well. Anyway, back on track.
Yes.
Good thing? Bad thing? How do you guys feel about this statement? Are we getting a Division 3?
Yes.
You reckon?
Almost definitely.
Yeah.
Is Division 3 going to be single player?
Is it going to be a PvE only game? Is that what you're trying to say?
I wouldn't mind. Is that a bad thing?
If it's very well story driven, I would buy it. I think you're alluding to I think you also might have been Julian Garrity to put that tweet out, wasn't it?
Yeah, we did discuss that. Did we discuss that last week, or did we just discuss that between ourselves? I completely forgot. If we didn't, or if we did, we'll reiterate. Last week, Julian Garrity retweeted, was it one of the guys over at Telltale Games that create the Lego games? Was it Telltale?
They're going to make a Lego Division game.
I think he was like, how cool would it be if a motorbike drove past the house at that second? I just want to say that's not on my road, so I'm guessing that's Luke.
That's the danger of having all your windows open when it's hot as fuck and you're recording a podcast, isn't it?
Luke, it's fine. I know you live in the danger zone, so it's fine.
What?
But yeah, he basically put the question out, would you guys like this to happen, a more narrative, I don't know what you would call it, narrative or whatever the fuck. Would you want that?
No.
Luke?
I already said yes.
Like a linear Division game. So it just takes you story, cutscene, story, cutscene, story, cutscene, done. Boss at the end. Put the game back on the shelf. Never play it ever again.
No. I was thinking more actual story and exploration, a bit like The Last of Us or something.
Yeah.
So you actually do something with the game rather than just, like you say, go from cutscene to cutscene and it plays the game for you.
Be pretty hard to do a podcast on a game like that, though.
I bet it's a Last of Us podcast. Last of Us? Yeah, Last of Us.
Yeah, but
I mean, all that sweet Last of Us 2 news coming out
how many
now.
episodes can you do on a Last of Us podcast? Like, we played the game this week. It was good. Played it again this week.
I feel like we need to find this out.
Oh, no.
But what's that? It's going to be like Talking Last of Us or something like that. Think of if you had that podcast, what would you title it?
I've never really thought about that.
Yeah,
because I would never do a podcast about The Last of Us because I've never played it.
Ditto. But you
Okay,
can't.
so somebody has actually done it. They made it to 10 episodes so far, and that was in...
When was the last episode I had? 3 years ago?
No, fairly recently.
What?
I'll give them that. Yeah, it was fairly recently.
It's been remade on a different platform. We've got to talk about it.
It was launched on 8th of March last year, and the last episode was on the 22nd of November last year as well. 10 episodes.
That's impressive. How long were the episodes? Half an hour a pop?
No, probably on par with some of ours, like 1 hour and a half. And then one of them is just like straight up 16 minutes. Anyway, that's enough about that.
Do you not want to shout that podcast out? Give them some props for the people that might want to go listen to it.
If you want to listen to the 10 episode run, oh wait, I forgot my password. Apparently, if you want to listen to the 10 episode run of Endure and Survive, The Last of Us podcast, go check them out on Spotify.
Endure and Survive.
Endure and Survive.
Oh right, I said it wrong.
I know Luke will be checking that out after the podcast.
I can't wait to listen to 10 episodes of a podcast that's based on a game that I've never played.
But you used it as a fucking example.
Yeah, because I know it's a fucking well-driven, story-based game.
It might make you want to go play it if you listen to that podcast.
Why didn't you say something like Spider-Man?
I haven't played that either.
What was the last story-based game you played apart from The Division that is very loosely a story-based game.
GTA 5, maybe?
I think you say like Space Jam on like PS1.
Space Jam? Did they make a game for Space Jam? I bet they did, actually.
Of course
I bet they fucking did. Yeah. I bet they fucking did.
On the SNES? No. Well, PS1?
Oh,
PS2?
like my life was simple.
And they
I
didn't have
Do you know what I did this week? I downloaded a SNES emulator for my NVIDIA Shield and acquired 678 games for it.
Wow, you really were fucking bored this week.
No, well, it's the school holidays, and my 6-year-old has recently got into gaming quite a lot. He's playing a lot of Roblox and Minecraft, and I thought he might be interested in all the old games I used to play when I was his age.
Like Roblox and Minecraft.
No, like NBA Jam and Mario All Stars and
NHL 1994.
yeah, and Donkey Kong Country 3. All those amazing games, and Pilot Wings and Star Fox.
Was he interested in any of them, or did you say, Daddy, these games suck?
Yeah.
Which was the answer to that question? Sorry.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. He played some of them for a little bit and then went back to Minecraft.
Well, whenever people answer me, yeah, I'm like, what? I don't know what you just replied to, but yeah. Yeah, that's it for news this week. It's a bit disappointing. There's a few issues, but I mean, it's to be expected.
It's the Division.
It's the Division. I mean, what is it, like 4 years now this has been going on, and I would like to say nothing fatal. Obviously, the Defender drone in PvP.
Yeah, but it's fine. No one's playing PvP anyway.
At least one person, 2 people were playing PvP.
They were testing. They weren't PvPing.
How do you know?
Because he was stood still.
Fair enough. Okay. I don't know what else I'm supposed to say there. I mean, he could have just been like, bitch, I'm invincible. I'm just going to fucking stand here while you unload your bullets into me.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm just waiting for Luke to say something rude. But anyway, it's down to that time on the show where we're going to cover questions and feedback. Rob.
Yes.
Do you want to take the first question from Seamaster GMT?
As a whole, how do you feel about the place of updates and content releases for Division 2? I think it has been a fairly good... What? It has all been fairly good. I appreciate the fresh content and updates to fix bugs, etc. Massive UB have made me somewhat jaded, as I do not see the level of support from some other games.
Hey, I'll have you know, Anthem do a very fucking good job at putting out regular updates and content.
Yeah, they've got a test server now.
Gonna be honest, it's a little bit too late.
My dad still plays it.
Shout out to Jay Hemsley. Where's your dad live?
Hey?
That's what horses eat. Anyway, Luke, do you want to answer Rob's question? Seamaster GMT's question.
Yeah, I was going to say it wasn't Rob's question.
Also, do you want to just correct Rob on that one word?
No, I'll wait for him to figure it out. It's fine.
Wait, what did I do?
What did I do? You said about the place of updates.
Oh. Yeah. I can't read, I'm sorry. Need to go back to school.
It disrupts it.
I don't think the pace of the updates and content releases have been that bad, to be honest with you. I mean, same as I said when me and Rob were having a mini discussion last week on the podcast, it's not the developer's fault that we've played the game for 500 or 300 hours each already. So, you know, for everybody like us that thinks they've maybe been a bit slow, there's people that have not played the game even a quarter as much as we have, so the updates will be fine. So I think it depends where you sit in the hardcore casual gamer debate, really. But I don't think they're doing too bad for a game that's what, 4 months old? I don't know if you guys agree, but
Well, Roberts, what's your take?
I think the content release is good. I just feel like the pace could be a little bit faster. But then that's because I played the shit out of the game. But I'm not like the worst. I mean, I was watching Solid the other day, and he's on almost 900 hours, which is just nuts. But then he does it for a living. So,
but then people like to put that kind of time into this game or any game of this type, like World of Warcraft, Diablo, or the rest of it. I think probably one thing we should actually say today is like outstanding job to the team, because as I said at the beginning of the show, like the amount of detail, amount of time and effort that's gone into everything in this content update. As much as it doesn't feel like there's a lot of content in this DLC update. I don't know if you boys agree at all. Obviously we've got the skill changes, but to me, that's not part of the DLC. That's part of Title Update 5, which is included in the bugs and fixes, which should just be an ongoing refresh of updates.
That's what I think needs to speed up a little bit.
I
feel like they waited for TU5 just because they were putting another patch out, and it was just to save some money. So they didn't have to go through the whole shit with consoles and paying for the updates and stuff.
Do you feel like the 2 missions should have been released a lot sooner?
No, like I said, the content release has been scheduled from before the game came out. Like, we've had that schedule when they announced it at E3. Well, they didn't give us exact dates, but then they never do. But roughly, we knew that they were going to be this far apart. I'm talking about the bug fixes and like changing.
Yeah, it's starting to slow down. I don't know if you've noticed that. Maybe it's just me, but like the title, like it's slowly getting, I wouldn't say longer in between updates, but it definitely feels like a long time between them.
Yeah.
Like, to start with, you think there was a few updates pretty back to back, and now we're in like TU4, TU5, and then when's TU6? Is that coming September? If that's meant to be potentially like the PvP patch or something like that, that's a long way away, isn't it? That's a good 6 weeks or so. There's something, I don't want to go on a rant about PvP again, but for something that is quite core to a lot of players that play the game, that's miles out. But then, is that just because they're trying to spread out the content? I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
But I do want to commend them on the amount of bugs, fixes, and the content that we have had. We've been pretty good with the additional stronghold. We've had the raid. I mean, we've been quite, like, if you think about it, we've been pretty busy since the launch of the game. There's always been stuff to do, but it does kind of feel like we need some kind of content that is replayable outside of the raid, because the raid for us feels like it's the one thing to go. And I don't know if you agree, Rob, but it doesn't feel like Expeditions is going to be it.
No,
I don't think it's going to be it. Sorry. I guess we'll have to see what happens in the second DLC. But yeah, I think the only other company that does this on par is probably Destiny. I don't know if that's fair to say. I'm sure there's other games out there that do just as much of a good job, like Overwatch or Rocket League or something like
Warframe.
that. But yeah, Warframe. Warframe do a really good job as well. But yeah. I was going to ask you guys, do you think the time was right to actually release this DLC or not? Is it too late? Do you feel like it's been too long since the raid for this DLC or not, Luke? Should it have been released a little bit sooner? Like, when I mean sooner, I don't mean like months ago. I mean like 1 or 2, like a couple of weeks prior to where we are now.
No, I don't think so, because there are still people that were struggling to finish the raid, weren't they? So they've had a real good crack at trying to finish it in the normal mode, if you whatever you want to call it, and now they can try the baby raid, so the big boy raid and the baby raid, whatever you want to call the different versions of them. But yeah, maybe a couple of weeks, but I mean, clutching at straws if you're arguing over a couple of weeks. If you're not interested in it coming out months ago, then yeah, I think it's fine.
Yeah, no, it's difficult because timing is obviously everything, and you kind of, for me, the content, you want to spread it out, but you don't want to leave it so long in between updates that people are getting bored in between.
I think that's potentially the problem with these updates, and I know they're not the biggest they could be because they are free DLCs, and yes, people are getting early access because they've paid for it, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, it's a free update to a game that we paid 50 quid for or whatever, regardless of whether you got the season pass or not. So the problem is going to be what you said earlier, the replayability. So you've got this update that's come out now. TU6 is however many months away for the next big update. If the replayability is not really there with the expeditions and yes, all right, the missions sound good the first couple of times you run them, but if they're not that exciting, who's going to want to do a 45-minute mission again, really, after the first few times? So it could get stale quite quickly if the replayability is not there. But, I mean, that depends on what comes with episode 2, I guess. It could be completely different. Like with the classified assignments, Rob was saying the second dose of those has been a lot better than the first one. So, maybe this first episode is dipping the toe in the water and the second one's going to be a bit bigger and a bit better.
Nice. Rob, do you want to take the second one?
Well, have I got to read all the fucking questions?
Yeah, I'm going to read all of them.
I'll tell you what, Rob, I'll read this one and you read the next
it's fine,
one.
I've got it. This one's short.
Right. Cool.
When are we getting a patch notes, Eps? Bruv. Never, Boris. It's not happening.
However, the patch notes are up there in full for you to read. Go check out the Ubisoft forums and all the rest of it. You can check out Reddit as well.
Who's Boris?
I don't know.
He who must not be named.
Borrow the bladder? Oh, sorry, borrow the blade.
Okay, so a little bit of feedback from last week from Not Me Mister. It says, nice to see Mike back for episode 168 with the usual level of professionalism and efficiency has returned to the podcast. I said to him,
Hey, fuck you. We did a good job. We just got the title wrong.
Whoa. We
Sorry.
get the title wrong.
talked about Destiny a lot.
Yeah.
Apparently today has been the Anthem podcast. Dude, it's going to be
I can
real.
talk about Destiny if you want. I've been playing that this week as well.
Luke, are you going back?
Not if you drag me kicking and fucking screaming.
It's free in September, dude.
Yeah, it's free. What are you going to do? And you can transfer your PS4 character.
Oh, wow. My super high level fucking PS4 character.
Whoa, that's a fuckload of shit you ain't got to do again. Just saying, bro. Anyway.
Do you know what? Do you know why I haven't got to do it again? Because I'm not going to fucking play it again. End of discussion, dude.
Anyway, going back to the feedback. Regarding the DZs, as we had a conversation briefly at the end of the podcast last week, the way Kabuki sees it, not Kabuki, Not Me Mister sees it, is the core problem. Yes, I know you can laugh about that, Luke. Has been stated many times, is there is so much to do in PvE. They've designed the DZs to be more appealing to casuals like me, but with the amount to do in the LZ, I've got zero reason to go in the DZ. So if you want casuals like me to go into the DZ, I need a good reason to. But if they do DZ exclusive loot, then part of the player base loses their shit. I don't understand. Give us... I still want that 515 loot. I think that would be a good idea. But anyway. But if that is one of the things that is needed to be done, then do it. Because the worst that will happen is you appeal to a portion of the player base that go into the dark zone, and the people moaning about it won't be going in anyway. That is 100% correct. Which is better than nobody going in there, I guess. And as Luke mentioned, there has to be a reason and a gameplay loop to get people in the dark zone and keep them there. Right now, the changes that attract the casuals like me aren't working as there's too much to do in the LZ, and no reason for the OG DZ players to go in part due to the well-intentioned changes to make it easier, I would guess, for the Division 2.
I 100% agree with this.
Yes.
I was thinking about it the other day, actually. Like, they need... There's Division 2 is lacking endgame content. You've literally got the raid. And that's it.
Yeah. Well, this is what I swear we keep saying it, but Div 1, what was endgame in Div 1?
The Dark Zone.
Exactly. So what do they need to make great again?
They just need to incentivize people to go back in there. They need to give people a reason to go in there. Like,
can we get that on a t-shirt?
Destiny do it quite well. Sorry, and I'm using it as a... At the moment, two of the best
PvE don't have a dark zone.
Two of the best PvE weapons you get from Crucible, which is their PvP mode. And they're not easy to get. So that forces people that want those decent the top tier PvE weapons to play PvP.
I agree with you, Rob, but I'm going to be honest, there's a big problem.
What?
People would lose their shit if you put PvE weapons in the dark zone. It is the
dark zone, so you are, by nature of it, you will lose your shit if you get killed.
Really? I mean, if it saves me going downstairs to the toilet whilst I'm playing the game, I'm all for it.
They just need to put something in there that makes people want to go in there, like an exotic that's good.
It needs to be something more than an exotic.
Not that LMG that's a bag of shit.
It needs to be like a gear set for PvE or something, because like once you've got the exotic, it's done. It needs to be more specific gear in that area, those areas. And if you ain't gonna do that, make it more like the Division 1 in there.
No, it wouldn't work because of the playstyle now. Just need more incentive.
They definitely need more incentive. Anyway, Luke, before we move on, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I do agree with what Not Me Mister's saying.
Not Kabuki.
No, definitely not Kabuki. We haven't read his feedback yet. Yeah, I mean, I'd just be repeating myself what I said last week, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, it's nice to know that other people agree. So,
all right, nice to know you agree. Anyway, Luke, can you take the last question, please?
I can. Kabuki Q says, regarding his Dark Zone thoughts, firstly, I myself have barely spent any time in the Dark Zones, except for the first time a pestilence dropped and someone deleted me when I was extracting it and stole it from me.
If you need one, we'll go in together. I'm like the Oprah Winfrey of pestilence.
I think you gave me my pestilence, Rob his pestilence, and Boris his pestilence.
You stole my pestilence first and then gave it back.
Oh, because you don't steal anybody else's loot drops, do you, Rob?
I feel like there's a God's wrath joke we need to like throw in there.
No.
Anyway, shush.
What you were saying last week about simply farming the landmarks is true, and of course players keep camping the checkpoints for player kills, so the question is how to get people to move from landmarks and away from the checkpoints to get them into an even playing field for some good old-fashioned PvP survival of the fittest. So, what if they added a sort of trigger to the landmarks? And he goes on to explain that imagine instead of each landmark being a straightforward kill the NPC fest, there is a device, let's say a laptop. This laptop contains intel linked to GPS data. Complete the landmark, use the laptop, and it gives you coordinates. Catch is, that's not all. You need to complete X amount of landmarks to get X amount of intel GPS data, trying to triangulate a final location on the map in a similar way to hacking the shade terminals currently direct you to the Thieves' Den. Now, once you get this far and trigger the location of this event, it becomes known to all agents in that dark zone. Players will then make their way to the location highlighted on the map for a fight against a few waves of NPCs and then a tougher than average / semi-raid level boss. Upon defeating said boss, you bag some rather sexy loot in the form of guaranteed exotic vanity items, apparel event currency, something like that. The catch is, anyone in the orange highlighted arena is triggered for PvP, and if players outside the highlighted area try to shoot players, it will not have any effect, as they will have an immunity status from those outside, similar to how Boomer can't be hit in the raid when the towers are up. It's by no means perfect, as we know. You can't please everyone, but it's something. anyway, just my thoughts.
There's an
Sounds-
IFM right there.
It sounds quite similar to the idea I had for the Division 1 Dark Zone, where you have like several groups of teams going all over the Dark Zone and then culminating together at the end.
Yeah.
But the difference at the end of my one, it was like deathmatch, like kind of team deathmatch. Whoever won prevailed and got the loot. But I suppose in theory that would be the case.
Yeah, I like the overall idea of, it brings everybody into a central location to see if the Dark Zone's quite empty. It's just another PvE event because you're getting, as you put it, sexy loot. But, if you're in a full Dark Zone and one of these goes off, it could be a PvP fest. So I think that has got legs as an idea, for sure.
Roberts.
I like the immunity circle idea. I feel like they could use that at other places, like checkpoints as well. Yeah, I think that's really, really good.
Yeah, it's not a bad shout, is it? Yeah. I don't know. Well, we'll just have to see what Redstorm say pretty soon, I would think, because it seems to be a continuous topic being brought up on State of the Game at the minute. That
Yeah, if Redstorm aren't on next week's State of the Game or the week after, then they're doing something
Get
wrong.
worried?
They're doing something wrong.
they're on holiday.
No.
No? Luca, Redstorm on holiday?
He's like, yeah, they are.
Well,
No,
all of them.
I'm joking because we were
Oh,
discussing
because
this
of last night. Sorry, yeah, no, that completely went over my head.
As mine.
I mean, I think some of them will be on holiday.
Luke's like Drax, so nothing goes over his head.
You would
No,
catch it.
that one totally did.
He's not a Marvel fan. He prefers DC.
I was
Anyway.
like, why are you asking me about other people's holidays? I'm not in charge. What? And then I remembered you were talking about what we talked about last night. So
Anyway, thank you to everyone who sent in questions and feedback. Obviously, these are just our thoughts and feelings on all the goings on in the division. So please let us know what you think. Roberts, where can the listeners find us?
You can find us over at SITREP Radio on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, as well as our personal accounts. Send any questions or feedback for the show to sitrepRadiopod@gmail.com. Stop pulling that face, you dickhead. Or you can find us on Discord, the links in the show notes. We want to hear your thoughts on the news and topics we cover, so be sure to leave a comment and join the discussion any of those places. Luke?
which one of us is a dickhead?
Both of you.
It's fucking harsh. Please leave a review of the show using a podcast app of your choice. We really do enjoy reading them all. The feedback is excellent, and at the end of the day, it does actually help other people to find our lovely little show. If you listen all the way to the very end of this podcast, you will hear all the juicy details about other awesome shows that are available on the Mash Those Buttons network. Thank you all.
We do a live stream as often as we can. So if you're interested in dropping by and chatting with us whilst we play The Division, and by the sounds of it, Destiny or Anthem, then you can find us all over at twitch.tv.
No. /
SITREP Radio. We have been SITREP Radio. What?
Have we?
What?
I thought this
No,
was
what?
the
Last of Us
Last of Us
podcast.
podcast. Yeah.
The name of which you've both already forgotten.
Yeah.
Endure and suffer. That's what I'm calling
Wasn't it Survive?
Pestilence.
Bye?
Yeah. A different ending today. Bye.
Sequence complete. Security protocols deactivated. Server data replaced and CPU destroyed. Terminating connection in 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to a Mash Those Buttons podcast. Visit mashthosebuttons.com for a full podcast schedule.
Cargo secure.